How's it going, guys? We are back at it again with another freaking breakdown. And you want to know why? Because our boy, Cecil B. Heimerdinger, has been taken in another Worlds game. Like, this... Am I living in a parallel universe right now? Heimerdinger's being played in Worlds as an off-meta lane. Constantly, he's a primary picker ban. This is wild. Downside, he's probably going to get nerfed. It's inevitable. But realistically, he actually isn't strong. I feel like people are just starting to realize how strong Heimerdinger can be. And realistically, he's kind of been like this for a while. Especially since he got his turrets buffed about maybe a couple months ago. But realistically, Heimer's always had a lot of viability in many lanes. And depending on what meta is strong in that patch, Heimer can be played in a certain lane that's going to complement his playstyle. So right now, Heimer is really strong support. He's still pretty good mid. Not as good top lane because he gets outscaled. You can still bully and win lane, but you get outscaled. Jungler, it works, I guess. And then APC, you have to make sure that you don't double up or triple up on too much AP. And it means you can't really scale it well in the late game compared to something like a Caitlyn. So, realistically, let's see T1 pick Heimerdinger. I have not watched this game. I don't know the result. I'm lying. I watched the first like 2 or 3 minutes while I was streaming. And I turned it off because I wanted all of my reactions, all of my breakdown to be completely fresh. So let's get into it. Let's just go and let's just see T1 rock out with the dong out.
Uniquely bot lane completely and totally wide open, unprecedented.
Hopefully the audio is okay.
Previous quarterfinal, but this would be a pick to start the series, a challenge you have to field to Zeus instead, prioritizing the premier scaling AD carry in the meta.
So right now, obviously they haven't picked Heimerdinger, okay? Two of my biggest counters when playing Heimer is Yuumi and Caitlyn. I hate playing against Yuumi and Lulu support because they out-heal the damage that I do, and also they're very fast. Well, whenever they attach it, well, whenever Lulu buff somebody, they go fast. Whenever Lulu buff somebody, they go fast. So it's very hard to land skill shots and grenades and stuff, and landing a grenade is a big pivotal part about playing the lane as Heimer. Caitlyn, Jhin, very annoying because they outrange your turrets and they can just 2-tap them from like level 1, level 2. So that's why Caitlyn and Jhin are no bueno whenever I'm playing APC or support.
Because what we saw yesterday with the Felios could actually do relatively well.
So right now, being T1, it's actually a really strong pick because they've actually banned 2 of the champions which counter you. Like, they've banned it, which is fantastic. There we go. There's the man. There he is. And Ash Heimerdinger, unbelievable, because obviously Ash Arrow into alt W, into grenade, alt grenade into Ash Arrow, constant slows, constant pressure, constant wave clear. Ash flays out her frost arrows, Heimer flays out his missiles. Unbelievable, really good, especially in the Aphelios Nautilus. Really good in Nautilus because he can block Nautilus's hook. So Heimerdinger thrives on playing against hook champions. I love playing against Nautilus, I love playing against Blitzcrank, I love playing against Pike. Anybody who's going to throw some thresh, did I say thresh? Anybody who throws out a hook, I can just go, turret, take this, enjoy it, here's your grenade, I'm going to do some damage to you. Aphelios as well isn't super high range unless he has Calibrum, which is his sniper weapon, his green sniper weapon. Without Calibrum, not really a force to be reckoned with. They're going to be relying on a lot of Nautilus Glacial procs, slowing them down, making sure that they can just burst down Heimerdinger and just, realistically, get a bit of momentum back from the lane. But really, I think that this lane's going to be won or lost on Aphelios camp and bot lane. Aphelios needs to make sure that he pressures bot lane and does not let them get ahead or get a lot of pressure early. Again, I love playing against Aphelios whenever I'm Heimerdinger because whenever he obviously uses his little kind of shroud in the ground, you kind of know where he's going to come from. You can put a turret right in front of you, so whenever he dashes towards you to stun you, you can kind of block with the turret and zone him and grenade and so on. So right now, Heimer destroys these 3 champions that he's playing against.
With that Sylas ban, the next ban here that comes to mind is Azir when you think of Faker. Sylas, Galio already taken off the
So we'll fast forward a little bit. I want to get into the game. I want to see what the team comes like. Akali's tough. Renekton's also kind of tough.
Okay, so we've got on the Victor.
Very standard level 1s, no input. Carrier getting a little bit of vision down with his turrets. The fans are going wild.
And this is exactly what you
Drink it from the Heimer mug as always, guys.
Like this, the deafening roar. How much louder you have to speak to your teammates.
Yeah, Min's just drinking her coffees.
How the sound from crowd, or to you, Dagda, yes, at this very moment. And so
let's break down the runes before we get into the game. This is becoming a very standard rune page. You know, Comet's what you play primarily 95% of the time, especially if you're playing support. Scorch is taking a lot more than Garland and the Storm in Worlds games because they just don't last as long. And obviously, the Scorch damage you do as a support is very strong early. The whole point about playing this lane, especially Ashe Heimerdinger, is you want to pressure them constantly, just poke them down little by little. You want to make sure you maybe get early plating and rotate really, really efficiently. Again, even Treasure Hunter was something I never used to play, and I'm slowly incorporating it into my my build and my playstyle. I just taken Genius. I tried Ultimate for a while. I do miss Ravenous. I say it all the time. I miss Ravenous Hunter, but yeah, that and Taste of Blood is a good combo. Taste of Blood, again, can be swapped out for whatever way you want to play the lane, but it's free sustain. Having Taste of Blood in your wheelhouse is free sustain. Alright, it stops you having to like put a lot of cash or gold into early pots, even though I do like buying a refillable potion. I don't think these guys do. And one thing I still don't understand is, if you're watching this and you don't agree with it either, is why do they keep rushing sorcery boots? Like, is the movement speed that crucial? A lot of the time, they're rushing sorcery boots before they build any kind of MR. Like this team comp, I don't think they're going to they're going to build a lot of MR on the enemy team. Yeah, I doubt there's going to be any Maws, maybe some Merc Treads here or there, but it's just Victor and Heimer. So Russian sorcery bits for me doesn't make any sense. I am not a player for T1. I am not a Worlds player. I've 7.8 million or 7.6 million mastery on Heimer, and I just truly believe that obviously when you buy the sorcery boots, you get the extra movement speed bonus. Percentage-wise, it is a good gain because it works well with his passive. Alright, you get extra movement speed from his passive. And essentially, whenever you do have a lot of movement speed, the passive pays off dividends, literally. So, I get that, but I truly believe prioritizing maybe a Rylai's, like I saw Beryl playing, he prioritized Rylai's, is probably better because you're going to get that. It's a cheap item anyway. And then maybe get your boots, because obviously, you're not going to get as much movement speed, but you're going to slow them, so I guess mathematically it works out better because you're going to get an item faster, have a stronger utility for the team, and also you're going to have a lot more AP. Because boots are relatively expensive. You know, like, it takes a lot of time to get 800 gold. It does, as a support specifically, so that 800 gold could go towards a Blast one, which is going to obviously help you complete your Rylai's. Again, I'm not a pro player. I'm not a seasoned veteran coach, but I kind of do know what I'm talking about when it comes to Heimerdinger. So yeah, comment below, let me know. That's something I really, really, really want to know. Anyway.
We have this brief break. We have a pause. We heard so much about the history and the rivalry of this matchup. Instead, I want to talk more about this.
So one thing I want to focus on specifically is the turret placement from T1. So we said this before. I'm going to explain why he's done this, okay? Some people might not know. So this is actually kind of like a free ward. Because they'll walk into the bush, it may not attack, but they'll attack it, and you'll know that they're there. You'll know that they're invading, okay? So this is actually really smart play, because it means you essentially don't actually have to cover Tri or jungle. You know, you have Victor covering this angle, and you don't have to sit here to cover them from invading this direction. And also, if they invade from here and walk around, you have vision of them, and they're not going to check mid and back bush. I doubt it. So the reason he puts his turret here, so that's for vision. He puts his turret here for a disengage. I always talk about disengage tools. It's like becoming like my catchphrase. This is a disengage turret because he uses this as a way to kind of gain momentum back into the lane, and also if he does get a collapse upon, he gets his movement speed bonus from his passive as a bit of an escape. This, and also make sure that you're putting your turrets, and you can see he's doing it here, as close to the little alcove face, or as close to the wall as possible, so you don't ruin the lane, so you don't accidentally attack minions. If you want to push the wave, you can put it a little bit closer and so on, whatever. But this is the primary thing you don't want to do. You don't want to put it here. Putting it here, fantastic. Obviously, he doesn't step up here because he doesn't know if Nautilus is in there. He could be sitting in a spicy Death Bush with Aphelios, and also remember, if Nautilus does grab him, he can flash You know, say Nautilus hooks him, Glacial procs, Ash arrows, or uses her frost arrows or whatever. He flashes, gets his movement speed bonus from here, movement speed bonus from here, and this might block a skill shot from Aphelios and stuff. So there's a method to the madness, my friends.
Where are we expecting to see that attention?
Bot lane has to be the first prio for T1. I think Owner needs to pat down there and make sure that they get this bot push, because that's rule number 1 for this draft. They've actually gone for the AD carry Ash, support Heimerdinger, as we saw DRX do. Hail of Blades, Ultimate Hunter, approach velocity. This is a very...
So you saw the way the turret was placed against the wall again. That's not going to aggro the minions.
Gap closing Ash, but T1's actually late invading top side. They know that Wei wants to path bot to try to deny that push and look for early 3v3s, but T1 already on the aggression, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Nice!
I mean, this is just a great
Nice!
right? They've managed to move in as a unit. They've now pushed
So, Nautilus walked into the bush, and I think...
way to that bottom.
Yeah, he placed 2 turrets. So, Nautilus walked into the bush. Look how much damage he just took instantly. So, he just walked in, and Comet proc, Scorch proc, turret auto attack proc from 1, turret auto attack proc from 2, and he instantly got 60 gold on his Spell Thief, and Nautilus got chunked to like 2/3 health. Crazy.
Side, and it's not like RNG are going to be able to get.
And look the way he's standing, okay? So, this is the best early, even better than barrels, from what I can imagine. This is the best kind of early Heimer that I've seen from like level 1. Because even though he's placing himself, it's really, really good and really strong, because he's using like 2 turrets as a bit of a wall, as a bit of a barrier to stay away from another Nautilus hook, again a Calibrum from Aphelios, and also he's in a really good position to use that movement speed bonus.
Get too much done on this bottom half of the map either, so this is exactly how I want to see Owner starting this off. Get in the face of Wei and make him
I completely agree, Dag. I love this call to split the map here at this point. The Ashe and the Heimerdinger can provide so much lane pressure already. Really forces Wei into a situation where he has to get something done. Meanwhile, on the top side, the setup is excellent with the Camille there, and really going to make it harder for Breathe just to survive this laning phase.
I think Owner needs to cross back into mid, into bot side, and defend his bot camp. So I don't know if he will go towards top. Yeah, this is the smartest thing to do. You don't want to leave your bot lane in isolation.
Oh, nice.
Chunk out Xiao.
Nice chunk.
Get Faker the push on a slow start.
Nice chunk.
Towards his red. Now Owner has 2
Chunk.
options here. He can go to his red and secure it, or he can go back towards top side, as Wei will probably expect him to be bot side, right? It's a little bit of a game of chicken going on here between the junglers, but Wei's best bet is just to get level 3 and look for a gank bot.
Looks like that's what he's going to try and go for, clear out this Gromp and then immediately.
So look how much pressure they have right now. They have no vision in River though, so I'd be very, very afraid of an Aphelios gank, or an Aphelios gank. Very, very afraid of a Viego gank. Upside, full mana, both summoners up on both champions, and they're level 1. So the wave's in a really good spot. The turret's in a really good spot to disengage, and it's looking pretty good. Obviously, you know Viego's going to be at max 3 right now once he does Gromp, and you should, if he does try and gank this early, you can turn the tables quite easily, depending if Nautilus maybe collapses and gets a spicy hook. But this is really, really good early. Like, look how much pressure they've established at level 2.
Immediately go in towards bot side. Ming had taken a couple of bad trades, and you're still level 1 here for the RNG bot lane, so not a huge amount you can do even with Xiao Hu roaming.
So Aphelios might Viego might gank here? No.
Respect here from the T1 bot lane. They're very aware of what could happen. Owner needs
Yeah.
to cycle through these camps. This late invade's fantastic, but jungle needs to get ahead. Actually looking towards mid here, Wei.
He's going for Faker.
Pushing for an angle. Hasn't started channeling the stun yet. Is going to lock up Faker.
Oh.
They don't have the kill pressure yet. He's too close to his tower, just trying to get a little bit of damage down.
The thing is, though, if you're able to chunk out Faker here, get pushed for Xiao Hu, maybe you can use the fact that Breathe has control of top side.
One thing that always blows me away, like we're talking about things that aren't just Heimerdinger related, but one thing that always blows me away whenever I watch T1 or just any high caliber team, even this LCS or LEC, LCS. Anytime I watch any high caliber team play, their wave management is fantastic, and it's something that I don't like. I need to try and look at my own breakdowns and watch as much competitive as well, and learn from my own mistakes and learn from these high elo players. High elo, like the best players in the world. I technically am high elo, but there's some things that they do which always blows me away, and it's their wave management. And I think it's because communication. They can say, hey, you know, this is worded and come gank me. You know, I'm freezing the wave here. We're in solo queue. It's just I'm gonna farm, and then for me, I'm just always constantly crashing waves, trying to get a bit of priority with vision. But if I'm not support, obviously, But it's crazy to see even like Faker managing that wave so efficiently that he knows that if he does get ganked by Viego, he's in a pretty sweet spot that all he has to do is use his Q to get a little bit of movement speed and a shield, and he's in a safe spot, especially level 3.
To try and move in onto the top side, but now with Bree taking a bad trade and the fact you didn't really chunk out Faker as much as you were hoping for, it looks like you're just going to be very far behind his way in these early stages.
This is not a fight Way wants. Locked by the smoke screen, forced to dash out early. Luckily has the mist to retreat to safety.
I really like what Owner's doing here. Red buff advantage in the early...
Let's see bot lane. We want to see bot lane.
Be careful.
Coming through almost 4.
Apologies if this interrupts the flow, me constantly kind of fast forwarding.
Use that bot prio as well. It becomes obnoxious to deal with.
The T1 mid jungle here playing.
Okay, they're recalling.
Just cycling camps.
The boots. Okay, he's went. Right, this is something I don't know what he's going to go for. Is he going to go for Rylai's first? Or is it... Comment below. Do you think he's going to go for the Rylai's first? The boots rush? Or a chapter? He already bought an Amplifying Tome. He has his boots. So we don't know. I, for one, actually, in a comp like this, would say rushing Rylai's is a fantastic idea. Because very low range. Very, very, very low range. Even Aphelios doesn't really have that crazy of a range. Okay? And Rylai's could pay off unbelievable dividends, especially when you have champions like... A, obviously, the combo with Ashe and Slow. B, you have champions like Camille and Graves, and even Victor with his movement speed as well, who can just hunt people down. Or escape with their dashes, if needed.
Big mid push, using the buddy system to bring Faker along with him, their owner. Manages to get the bot trap, gets his own Raptor respawn, expecting him to base very soon, but making sure he's always there to match Way and take his camps from him. Xiaohu has used the potion, so I think after this wave he will have to take a base. Faker low on mana might take one of his own. Has the biscuit if he wants to really pressure here, but with Owner basing, you want to make sure you're on the same page here. Faker taking a base while Owner takes a base means you can come back on the map at the same time and contest these camps on the
Source topside. Breathe, level 6.
red buff is wave, so my Jihu.
Gonna just see if Way
T1 is running at just 50
I want to see who's going to get the first kill bot lane.
Everything in the RNG jungle belongs to Owner.
Way has smite up. Push all of Way's
fights, but
yeah, the numbers advantage, but Owner had to go for the reset because
Here we go, right, they're both level 6 now. Well, Heimer's going to be level 6 very soon. So looking back at turret placement, this is really, really good because they have control ward here, they have vision here, means that they know they don't have vision here. Is that a turret over the wall? No, it's a ward. So he's a ward over, is that a ward? It's a ward on a turret. What's that? Is that a turret? I think it's a turret. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's a turret. It's a sleeping turret, isn't it? If it is, that's pretty good because obviously it means he can see. That's a turret there as well, or there's a ward there as well.
Advantage by the looks of it.
Yeah, so it's a sleeping turret and a ward, which is quite good. Just in case it does get swept. But yeah, anyway, the whole point is he needs to start putting a turret here because Nautilus could easily just hook and jump on top of him. He has one turret stockpiled. If I was T1, I would drop a little sneaky turret right here. Or here, actually. It depends. If he puts it here, it's going to aggro this wave. And they'll know that it's there. Puts it here, it won't aggro the wave, but it's also not going to dodge. It's not going to block the skill shot then. So if I was T1, move here, put a turret like here, and see what way they play the lane.
Didn't go for the 50-50. T1 just maintaining his bot push.
yeah, and I love the vision that has been set up by T1 on this top side as well. Because one of the big things that you could start to see is them potentially moving the Renekton down, but both of them are actually blocked off. One vision at the side of Rift Herald, one at the back of the red as well. Makes it very difficult.
Nice,
for
first blatant.
in and have an effect every time he sets up the wave in his favor.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a pink here, Way's clearing out a pink there, and another pink down here. So they have so many pockets of vision on entrances to just use the information.
I love the way Aphelios, or I keep saying Aphelios, I love the way Viego's just completely staying away from bot lane. He's completely just going, I'm not coming bot until either you guys have an item, there's some kind of summoner blown, or we know that they don't have vision or whatever, because as soon as he comes bot lane, he loses a lot of momentum, very easy to misplay, and then just get bot lane ahead, and it puts put the enemy bot lane ahead, and then it just puts Aphelios and Nautilus on the constant back foot and just ruins the entire game for them. So high risk, high reward.
Lane is even in isolation in a matchup where they're getting.
Or high risk, low reward, really.
Credit to RNG, it's only Way the one who's falling behind. Owner's just trying to put himself as far ahead.
Starting with the Fury, Renekton all ready to go in. They're going to turn.
Oh no! 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 Oh! Oh, dude, I didn't see the freaking Heimer roam. Let's see this. Let's see this, bad boy. Let's see this.
They're gonna try to burst out one target.
Ash arrow's coming up. It didn't actually, I didn't know Heimer was roaming because we can't see the map. So the Ash arrow's coming up. It's going to hit. Is it going to hit? Bam! Right into Renekton's eyes. Dude, I'm going to say it again. Obviously, they kill Renekton here. But I think... What is one thing that I'm starting to notice as a resounding factor across anybody playing Heimer in Worlds? None of them use Alt Grenade. Dude, Alt W is trash. I've said this many times. Heimer mains would never hate on me. I don't care. I hate Alt W. It's not as good as you think it is. And I truly believe Alt Grenade there would have been a much better idea. I'm going to show you what I would have done. Right?
Hold that thought, though.
3v3.
Yet to be contested, starting with the Fury. Renekton all ready to go in. They're going to try to burst out one target. Blow him up! The reset has money in the bank, baby, because way...
Right, this lands. Dude, I am Alt Grenading, like just this like this. Strong chance you're going to hit Renekton. He's going to get stunned again. Owner can kill him. Faker can kill him. And you're probably going to hit... You're going to hit a Kali as well. 100%. Like... And that could have been a double kill for Heimer. And also it zones Viego T. That was bad. Alt Grenade would not have made that happen. I truly believe Alt Grenade would have completely turned the tide of that fight. Alt Grenade! I tell you what, dude! Alt Grenade! Maybe I'm talking. Maybe I'm... I don't know. Alt Grenade's range is like this. Alt Grenade's range, yeah, is like this. Like, I would never use Alt W if I already have a turret down. In fact, what I really would have done is I would have put a turret here. I would have ran, obviously he just sees him really, really low. I would have ran turret here. Alt Grenade really fast. Turret Alt Grenade. Like, that isn't a lot of time spent where Renekton can get out and kill them. Wait, did he flash Alt W? I know I spent a lot of time in this. He flashed Alt W. He flashed! Dude, flash grenade! Right, he's Alt W and he's obviously his channel so you can... Dude, he flash Alt W'd. Oh my god. Oh my... Okay, Barrel's still number 1. Oh my god. Not good. Not good. Thing is, Renekton was stunned for days because of how far that arrow traveled. So him... Oh, that makes me sad. That makes me sad, guys.
RNG! Clear comms, just flash W, commit everything. Now it looks like it's going to turn here for T1. Watch this arrow just come in straight onto Breathe.
Alt Grenade! Oh, dude, he could flash Alt Grenade and maybe get a triple. Dude, imagine if he had a flash Alt Grenade and got a triple. Like, flash, Alt Grenade, W, turret. Zooming around. Oh my god. He had Ignite up? No, he didn't have Ignite up. He didn't have Ignite up. You know, that could, triple kill, Worlds, Heimerdinger, that would have been highlight channels for days.
Looks like he will die. Xiaohu's low and Carry has arrived. This is a 3v2, but Wei kills onto Owner, gets the reset. Faker's out of mana, gets a full Graves combo, lands the ult onto Faker, kills him and gets the reset. Triple kill over to Wei.
Oh my goodness.
Tower might be dead. Wei is such a huge driving...
The 2v2 of the...
Oh, I've already just seen. Look what Carry is building. So he's going for Rylai's. He obviously has the Ruby Crystal with the Amplifying Tome, so he's not going for his chapter. He's going straight for Rylai's. So fair enough. Rylai's Rush is actually becoming way, 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 way more viable than I thought it was. It's really, really good. Just because how cheap it is. That's the main thing.
Mid-jungle, when you try and even look towards topside, right? Because Divine Sunder already completed for Wei. He's a 300 gold bounty on his head now with all the gold that he's managed to pick up. And we talked about Ming roaming being such a big factor. He's looking topside.
He will be spotted out by the Hawk shot. Owner on the way up, but we talked about it in draft. We have to highlight it again here. Reliable.
So Heimer's mid.
RCC
Heimer's mid
engaged.
right now.
Mostly the Ash Herald. It's mostly the Camille. When it comes to jungle versus jungle, Graves, yeah, it's got the damage. Yeah, he took control early, but the hard.
Okay, he's walking towards Ash again.
Setup, it is so
Let's fast forward a little bit.
The last couple. But now, despite being the LPL 4th seed, fantastic plays. Group stage, a little bit shaky, but they managed to pull it off and get out. And now here in the quarterfinals up against
I
T1,
truly
great
thought
team so far.
that
I mean, it
we're
just
going to see
feels
something
like meta
special here
shifting
from
back in
T1.
towards what was RNG's style. Ming on engaged champions, carry junglers coming through for way like the Viego, even Breathe having his opportunity to play more carries. It just feels like this was what RNG made their name on for when they got rid of Uzi, when Xiaohu became the standout player, the name of RNG.
They need to keep the
So this is going to be tough in regards to gold right now. You know, Philios already has his Gale Force, so the trades bot lane are going to be quite hard. They can't really go all in. Obviously, Nautilus already has his Merc Treads as well, so they can't combo with the CC chain that they could before with Ashheimer, slows, grenades, so on.
pace of the game going though here, RNG. They need to keep fighting, looking for these picks. Rennington, Viego, Akali, they're really skirmish heavy. Neutrals are exactly where they want to fight, but with 2 minutes left, they need to find something.
Oh, Zeus might be dead here. Nah.
About to safety. Not really a play here. Way. Oh, Unstoppable getting pulled back. That is too far. He will get taken.
That was a nice play. That was a nice play.
Chopping block, but he will slice his way out to safety. No dice for the follow-up. He has to turn, and they cut him down.
Oh, Xiaohu's still looking though. Zeus is low, but I don't think he'll be able to get on. A big disconnect there from the top side of RNG. Wave goes too far, doesn't know where owner is. And Breathe, he was back on the wave. He wasn't expecting anyone to go that hard.
This is the strongest. Pierce got a full tower, and the gold was even despite RNG having the kill lead. He had a Sunderer as well, so overcommitting their way just gets caught out by the Camille. No way out, and owner still has that natural 1v1 lead despite those four.
So they've done it again. Like, I don't get it. Why are Heimerdinger players freaking building source tree bits first? I don't get it, right? Let's look at the MR in their team. Merc Treads. Literally, Merc Treads is the only form of magic resistance that they have. So going source tree bits from a mathematical standpoint, based purely on... Everybody does it! The Victor's doing it. I need to know. Dude, I need to know. Maybe it'll make me a better player. Should I rush source tree bits? Faker's going source tree bits. Hey, but Faker's also in source tree bits and has his chapter. Okay? So that makes sense. He's going to get his Ludens. We get that, okay? Why are people rushing? Is it just because that's what you do? Is it because it's like a really gold efficient item? If you complete source bits for the amount of penetration and extra damage that you get for 800 gold, it's a gold efficient item, and also you get the movement speed. Is that literally it? But you have to remember that Heimerdinger is a very different champion. We said this many times before, because his turret health is completely correlated to the amount of AP that he has. So having base AP early is very, very good and very integral to the early and mid game. So also, the games in Worlds don't last as long as they do in solo queue. That's obviously why you take Scorch, you don't take Out in the Storm. And whenever you see people rushing sorcery boots, it means that they get an item later. For it's an opportunity cost. You get one thing, it means you can't get another thing for a while. Alright? You spend 800 gold on sorcery boots, you can spend another 800 gold on a Blast Wand. Okay, so that's the mantra and approach that I take whenever I'm looking at games like this.
4 kills, he can still put up a fight looking at the items. Faker will be helped out a little bit here with Xiaohu moving towards that top side, but Zeus, such a star player for T1 this year, now incredibly far ahead.
And we saw the perfect blueprint for how...
Oh, okay.
Instant flash reaction there from Guma. That cooldown could hurt in fights to come.
And I think that perfect blueprint is why I'm looking at the Dragon in a minute 50.
So Carry is quite good as well, the way he's moving. Like, he's constantly making sure that his turrets aren't being deactivated, and also he's constantly just moving to make sure he doesn't get hit by a Nautilus hook. So Nautilus went into that bush, he ran over to deactivate it to make sure that obviously he would potentially get an auto attack and a comet proc.
Right? You're going to be looking at the push coming through on top side for Xiaohu. He's going to keep that one there. Breathe is going to move on towards mid to keep that shoved. And for RNG...
Oh, Faker went Crown. I thought he was going to get Ludens. He went Crown.
It's about trying to see if you can set up for these 5v5s. If you're able to come in from multiple different angles against T1, they're not very good at taking fights on...
Be interesting to see how the team fights flip once he does establish his Rylai's.
Cleanses there for Gala.
Instant cleanse.
Cleansed out. The man does not miss.
Nice.
Just been forcing that out every time we look towards bot. I'm surprised that bot lane is this even. I think they managed to pick up a couple of plates on that tower, but Gala's farming very happily, has the Gale Force first over Gumayushi's Mythic.
They had so much pressure and they had no interaction from Graves or Viego, so this lane was purely based on a 2v2 and they were winning constantly. The downfall was whenever Heimer roamed and obviously Viego got a triple kill and then Nautilus followed up. So I'm shocked actually Nautilus didn't get an assist, because I'm pretty sure he ulted Heimer during that fight, but maybe like as the ult went towards him, he died and I didn't actually hit.
No cleanse though, and I think they were forcing that out before the next dragon spawns. Kuma should have the ult for it, and we'll see if RNG decides to contest. Because
Oh, so that was actually really smart. So the way Gimma played that, obviously again we're talking about this from like a League of Legends standpoint, not just Heimerdinger. He played that out because he knew that obviously cleanse is a much longer cooldown than his arrow, so he forced an arrow and an aggressive play on the Aphelios. If Aphelios was forced to cleanse, so it means whenever the next dragon's up, Gimma's going to have his ult, but Aphelios will not have his cleanse. That's good.
Moment.
Very smart.
Keeping an eye on it, of course.
This is why these guys are professionals.
Shattered Queen so important when there's so much burst damage on the opposite side. I think we have to track. Fleeing their way into mid lane, throwing 3 members down here just to get control of the area. Do not want to give this Herald up.
Looks like RNG want to play more for the side lane.
Oh, this can be good.
Get this Rift Herald and crack open some of the turrets, but T1 already here.
No Ashul just yet. RNG are stuck in this corridor. Don't want to go too deep because the turrets are there. We'll see if they go for the contest. Ming has no flash though. He can't really.
So this is kind of where Heimerdinger starts to thrive and showcase how strong he can be. So they've denied, well, I was going to say they've denied vision here. They haven't because they have a control word as well. But they've denied vision here, and they've denied vision here. So they have no idea what's going on here. They have no idea what's going on here, and all they do is all they know is that this turret's here. This turret stops Nautilus or anybody from stepping up. He can't throw like a blind hook in, and they can't really check anything. So this is a really, really, really good zoning turret. It's a re-zoning turret. Please don't unsubscribe. It's a zoning turret, and it means that they have to disrespect it. They don't know what's in here. They don't know what's in here. You know, everybody could be waiting in here, jump on them, and it's good. It's a really, really good play. And obviously, there's no point stepping up here because they could blind hook, you could die. He's playing very, very safe and very smart. Would I do this in solo queue? No, I'd probably get 2-shot and I would die because I'm an idiot. But also, you know, he has this the allure. Like whenever you watch solo queue, whenever you watch Worlds, you watch any kind of professional play. Remember, guys, what works in Worlds actually sometimes doesn't work in solo queue because they're a cohesive unit. They're a cohesive team. That's 5 people playing together that have played together for a very long time, play together 10 hours a day, all right? Whenever you're playing solo queue, you're with 4 randoms. He might not even know what they're doing, okay? So, again, it always blows me away in many ways, many levels, whenever I do watch a pro game, especially this high caliber. Anyway.
Turn straight onto him and he'll fall. I think RNG are going to push mid and try to move to Dragon here, see if they can get there first.
Really want to get something out of this play because they already spent so much time in the area. They already committed 5 members.
Yeah, Zeus is moving back topside as well, so it looks like
so they're just going to yield this dragon, I think.
Number T1, but you have to be so careful about where they're going to put that Rift Herald. They could immediately put it down in the mid lane.
It also goes to that top tier.
Yeah, so what they're doing right now, they're trading Drake for Herald. There's nothing they can do about it, and obviously what's happened is the T1 has established all their vision, all their control words and stuff around Herald. Okay, so it means they have nothing around here. They obviously have this, and they have a little sprinkle, but they can deny a lot of vision and just establish this Drake. One thing they have to be very, very wary of is the fact that you do have Herald and that they're at the opposite side of the map. So Graves can drop a Herald here, you can drop a Herald mid, and especially if he drops it top, it's going to take a very long time for them to recall or rotate towards top lane, and it means that they can get maybe even 2 towers, depending on how fast T1 can rotate up to help a push.
Tier 2, pings coming down here from Owner. They know they just committed 5 members towards that bot side. This would be a massive injection of gold into the T1 top jungle once again if they herald this, but the wave isn't there in time. Owner's going to try to help Zeus push it out as quick as possible. They have Vision on Wei and Xiaohu, and they see Gala mid, so they might just go for it anyway, and then RNG are going to go for another cross map, see if they...
So this is what's going to happen. 3 people are going top lane. I think all of T1's going top lane because they know what's going to happen, and the rotation from these 2 is going to take a very, very long time. Kali's TP's in cooldown, so they can force this, and realistically they only have Renekton, Nautilus, and Aphelios to try and contest this this Herald. I think that's what they're going to do. I keep doing that, sorry.
They can dive Faker. Zeus has no TP, usually has the arrow.
Dive.
There's the Herald.
Everything. Xiaohu now kicking things off. Faker trying to delete the way. He thinks the tower's going to keep him safe. He's buying time with the stopwatch.
Oh! Did I think that Larry saved him.
Walk away empty-handed, but T1 will not. Tower on the top side already down. Another charge now coming in. Megan breathe.
Hey, I'm kind of glad that I'm being able to kind of predict what's happening here.
Just getting stronger and stronger.
I mean, RNG will hold on to the inhibitor turret.
I want to see what happens to play this side.
We're going for it.
Holding off, baiting, waiting, hoping to get some kind of summoners.
One thing I find is that Heimerdinger players, especially in Worlds, whenever they're playing mid game, like around this time, when they hit like level 8 to maybe 12, 13, like 20 minutes in, a lot of it is just zoning. It's a lot of like, this is my turret, don't come there. Alright? It's not like aggressively stepping up lane to try and do a lot of damage. They are playing a very utility-based playstyle, a very passive playstyle, which is something that I maybe need to adopt a lot more. But then it means that you rely on your ADC to pick up the pace. So that's why they're going Rylai's.
Spell some kind of advantage. Gravity Field going to zone away Ming and Gallows to try to clear this one out, but T1 taking over the map, taking over the top side even more.
I mean, big play from Faker there, managing to get the stopwatch, hold the tower, make sure that they actually weren't able on RNG side to get the cross map they were looking for. And now Zeus is huge, and if he ever manages to get on towards Gallows,
he'll have enough for his Rylai's now.
No more AD carry for RNG, so stakes now very much starting to shift over.
This will be interesting.
Once more as this game.
This must be a very long game. Like, I've been watching 22 minutes so far. It's a 44-minute video. Holy moly!
So T1's game.
Big threat.
So much damage, Arrow.
Both sides towards mid. RNG looked like with those 4.
Well, he didn't get a.
Stepping up.
As they look to rotate.
He didn't get his Rylai's. He must have not had enough gold. Guess
Guess
what, though? If he didn't get his bits, he'd probably have Rylai's. Please show me an alt grenade.
Gallows stepping up, so much damage, Arrow now to follow. Clean
What did he do?
step comes out.
Well, what did he? Did he alt grenade there? Did I not see it? He did alt grenade.
Stepping up, so much damage, Arrow now to
Did it
follow.
land though?
Sidestep comes out, the tower already down.
That's I think that might be the first alt grenade that I've seen anybody use in Worlds. I kid you
It's so
not.
hard for RNG to contest vision.
T1 are just playing the map faster. You still have Kumayushi and Carrier that have good push. Faker pushes faster against either of the two melee champions on RNG side, and Zeus just beats them with the gold that he has in his back pocket. So trying to match these plays from RNG is becoming incredibly hard to do because they're behind on tempo. And I mean, RNG doesn't really look.
But Dragons, the only thing they have to be worried about, but with their vision control that they've been pushing forward so incredibly
Next
steadily,
recall, he'll get Rylai's.
hard
Yes, it's
on-
giant spell now.
I feel like Diego so heavily, so it reaches all the way to the tier 3 and it can threaten TPs on Faker's lane.
But that's why I think for RNG, give up this next dragon. Actually, don't try and fight it. You just look for it, and if you look at where the map is, look for the pick onto Zeus. You give a dragon, it's not the end of the world for
Oh, they're collapsing in front of Renekton?
Trying to get
Are they?
tempo, trying to get this
No, they're
map
not.
back under your control is probably your best bet to make it. But T1 have already established a ton of vision on this top.
So I think what's going to happen here is they're trying to force a collapse bot lane so they can jump on the Baron and sneak a Baron. Because they know they've established vision here. I'm assuming this has been swept as well. And they know they're not in the pit.
Side, so Zeus playing it incredibly safe and not giving RNG that opportunity to find that pick ahead of the dragon.
And RNG just hoping to catch T1 sleeping, but it's so hard. There's an Ashe on the enemy team who can throw out hawk shots before anyone has to step forward and check on vision.
Oh, we got the scuttle.
They're at least going to take away the crab, but not a lot else for RNG on the map at this point in the game. Maybe they could try to force a sneaky Baron, but again, T1's vision control across the map is immaculate.
But look at the amount of vision that T1 is starting to get on this bottom side now. Like, we were talking about RNG wanting to try and come in from multiple flanks, make it difficult
So I want to see what way he plays this out.
for the zone control that T1 have, but now you just got to push mid and try and walk in.
Their
as a
vision
group,
is
which
immaculate
perfect
right
for
now on
to set
T1.
up turret, set up Ash Arrow and look for the pick.
Oh, they landed. Alt grenade.
Where's the follow-up gonna
There's
go?
no vault.
Looking for an angle onto Zeus. The
Oh,
whole
wait, did he just alt W,
RNG
man?
wanting to try and come in from multiple flanks,
He
make it
does vault.
difficult for the
Did
zone
he just
control
alt
to
W,
have,
dude?
But now you just got to push mid and try and walk in as a group, which is perfect for T1 to set up turret, set up Ash Arrow and look for the pick.
Shero heading on to the Nautilus.
No, he alt grenaded. He alt grenaded.
Where's the follow-up gonna
No, wait, did he?
go? Xiao
He alt W'd!
looking for an
What is he doing? What is he doing? Dude, I feel like I'm not overreacting here. The man has a giant spelt, a blasting wand, sorcery boots, and an amplifying dome. Your damage is low, and your burst. You're trying to alt W somebody who has Mercury tread, so they're not going to be stunned for enough time for you to hit them with that channel. And you're trying to burst down or do damage to the support. Literally the tankiest person in the team right now. Bad. Like, alt W, stop it.
angle onto Zeus. The whole team being split now. Hooks
Dude, I want to watch this again.
One to set up turret, set up Ash Arrow and
Ash Arrow hits. Instantly, alt grenade this way. Alt grenade this. Just alt grenade. You instantly, like...
Chero getting onto the Nautilus. Where
Instead he grenades Nautilus. Alt grenade this way. Dude, you're going to stun 3 people. You're going to this might the way it lands. It's going to stun these 2 and be able to slow Nautilus.
the follow-up going to go? Xiaohu looking for an angle onto Zeus. The whole team being split now.
Nah, like man, if he had alt grenaded, he was like Camille could have collapsed in. It would have been. Oh my goodness.
Wall dive forward, unstoppable happening. Brought Zeus back in. Team that's getting big. The all now coming in. Gala on the backside.
This is working out though.
Will not be one on Gala. The shutdown, maybe it will. Can they turn it here? No. T1 holding strong. Both sides trading blow for blow.
1 for 2, so it goes in favor of T1. Maybe a little bit too deep there from the top jungle. Gala
Dude, that was all Zeus.
had perfect.
And that Ashar was nuts as well.
T1 just called a fight up.
Control and out, and now Zeus as he goes super, who is very squishy, opting in towards the glacial augment, don't quite get the burst out, and now Zeus as he goes super deep. Watch the hook here from Ming, just misses on towards both Owner and Zeus, and that means they're able to get back to safety, tuck themselves in behind the wall, and start this front to back against
Oh, dude, that was actually so freaking lucky. That flash from Guma was nuts, because obviously they lost the vision there, and it allowed Faker to just bop him with his E.
Xiaohu goes a little bit too deep there, thinking that he's on a front line, dissuading T1 so that Gala can step up. He's picked up the Bloodthirster. The Dragon wasn't taken. Zeus was hovering around it. I thought maybe he'd started up with Faker on the way, but that never happened. Breed actually not really getting involved whatsoever in that fight. Xiaohu being such a big carrying factor. And
Oh,
now the
TP coming in?
coming out from Xiaohu on the spot side, maybe looking to flank T1, but they're up towards the Baron.
That's the thing, Breathe burnt his TP in the last fight to try and join in, was late to the party. Now Xiaohu burning his TP to get here. They want to get control back on River and look to see if they can catch T1 in movement.
T1 have a lot of pressure here in the sense that Zeus can just keep pushing top. There's no TPs on the solo laners of RNG. They need to make a play quickly if they want to get this Dragon, because Zeus will just keep pushing until...
Because he's realized... Oh, the Camille split pushing. They can force Baron now. They can force Baron, surely.
And it's so hard to start a fight. You need flash from
Camille's going to get an
try
inhibitor.
and set it up, but that was gone in the last fight, so now the depth charge isn't as easy.
Nah,
So
he was a back off.
Using the fact he has that TP
They can do Baron.
available,
They can do Baron. They can
manages
do
to
Baron.
Take the top tower, and T1 fall back towards Baron. But
So something I do...
RNG are in the area.
This is like
Something I do, and I feel like every single Heimerdinger should be doing it. I'm gonna say you might do it. Is the when the Sparrans about this amount of health and they lose a lot of vision of the enemy team, put a turret over the wall. Put a turret over the wall against a little bit of sentry. It's going to attack whenever somebody gets close by. It's going to block any kind of skill shot, and it's just a good play.
iconic. But if you remember MSI,
You don't need to stay in the Baron, but you can walk up, put a turret, and disengage again, and play around what he's doing.
the way RNG came back in game 1 was a steal. It was on Viego, it was Wei who leapt into the pit, who took it away from T1. And I feel like they remember they're backing off. They don't want to flip it. They don't want to risk the 50-50.
So that was very
Fair
interesting
enough.
call, because it was just a 5v5 Baron.
They're gonna get Drake
what
instead.
What T1 did there was they started Baron, made RNG come into their top side jungle, place their pinks down, and they
Nice.
hesitated a bit in deciding whether
I would put a turret here as well, because again you have no vision. Put a turret here.
T1 are actually going to do this. And when RNG respond, they pull
Does he have any? Does he have one turret stockpiled?
Dragons, so now RNG have invested their wards this top side, and they can't get into the bot side of the map.
It's such a good call from T1, because as we said, like, this is where T1 wants
Nice.
to know exactly
They
where
yielded that
RNG
Drake.
are.
They
If
they
you can
already
set
have two.
up
There's
it
no
makes it
point
very
for RNG to
difficult
step up.
to make anything happen, and even the fact that Zeus have fully pushed in the wave top side means there's very little opportunity for a cross map for RNG.
In the map, looking for
That tier 1, the tier 2, then they can start to move in like you're seeing now, get that vision control, get those deep wards, because realistically you want Zeus coming in on a flank if you're going to fully contest for this inhibitor on the top side, and that requires you to have that vision deep in the jungle of RNG.
Guys,
And
also,
even if RNG
while
try
we're
to
kind of
contest,
just chilling, waiting
really
for the
Zeus
next
comes
big
in,
event to
you've
happen
got the
here,
ultimate there to start the
please
fight,
subscribe.
to be able to
You know,
win
if you're
with
enjoying these, if you are enjoying these breakdowns, let me know. The only way I know if you enjoy them is if you like the video, watch it, and tell me. If you enjoy them, let me know. If you don't enjoy them, if there's anything you think I can make them better by, comment below. I want to make it as good as possible.
On the map, and they always have vision on the side you want to play into. You can see the amount of vision here from the towers, from the wards. Difficult to sweep out because T1's just hiding around the corner, but they need some vision and they need to look for an engage. Maybe just a flash hook from Ming as Zeus is pushing out bot with that 5-second window. Maybe they can get the first kill, but Gumayushi's flash is coming back up soon. Owners as well. So
Camille's doing a really good job at constantly pressuring sidelines here.
so hard to dive onto someone like Faker. Obviously one of the big carries we get later and later in the game, but he's itemized so defensively because he knows as long as he doesn't go down, the fight gets more difficult.
Dude, RNG have like no vision. They only have vision in their own jungle.
Either. They're both so incredibly fed. Breathe. Going to struggle more and more on the side lane as the Camille gets more items under her belt. 2.5, about 3 waiting when Seus goes back and buys. You can see big damage,
Ooh.
but even with the tower helping, they're only trading even.
Not looking good for RNG at the moment. Even the fact you can see Shehu trying to push in this top side, trying to get something back in the favor, but this is where this Heimerdinger and the Ashe become obnoxious. You have so much push in the mid lane, makes it so incredibly hard for you to actually have the numbers.
That's exactly it. So Heimerdinger and Ashe, again, are an unbelievable combo because of the pressure they exert on every lane that they're both in, and also the amount of CC that they both have, especially the fact that Heimerdinger has a Rylai's now. Unbelievable.
You move over to side lane because look at where they are, right? You just consistently shove those waves in and make it a 1v1 on side lane.
RNG are giving most objectives here, and they're just keeping their eyes laser focused on the Baron. I think what they're health bars, they just have good hovers around mid.
It's so hard to burst out T1 though. Sonya is trying to shatter Queen. The
There must, because it's so late into the game, there must just be like a Baron flip which just ruins one of the teams. Right now it's looking like RNG is going to win, to be honest.
shield bow, even the death stance in the top side.
I could be wrong.
Like, you need to make sure that Gala can actually preheat for a while here to just get through the amount of survivability that is there in T1 despite the the low health bars. So I still think for T1, the fact they're playing this slow, they're playing through their lanes, they're not taking any risks that they don't necessarily need to.
Well, this could be good though.
So that then RNG can get back in this game.
It's a good call out. Discipline in this moment is so crucial because, again, RNG are a team that you cannot afford to underestimate. They steal objectives, they win team fights at gold deficits. This is something LPL teams are legendary for, and RNG is no exception. T1 don't want to give them that avenue back into the game. They've been outmaneuvered.
Because we saw
work with the Jax Furibans. We'll see how our scaling, of course, but when you have a Aphelios and Viego, there's always that fallback.
So what's giving T1 the advantage here is the fact that Camille's just constantly side pushing. She's just constantly pressuring side. She obviously got an open inhibitor. She's pressuring again. She does have TP, and that's why she can do this. Just keeps doing it over and over and over and over again. And she's just relying on the fact that Renekton can't trade in there. Renekton's 1-3-1. She's 3-1-1-3. And if Renekton tries to match her, he'll get obliterated. So he has to try and force team fights with RNG at 5v4 to then bring Camille to him. The downside is, if they lose the 5v4 or works out quite badly, Camille can just capitalize on this and just go, oh, like, there's one of you guys alive around Baron, my team died, I'm just going to keep pushing. We'll see how we do.
Option. 18 seconds on the Dragon. T1 know that if they go towards it, then
Oh,
RNG
nice chunk.
will
Faker
look for a
chunk
Baron.
hard.
Trying to zone him away to make sure that they can't get this.
that is the ultimate for Faker down though, right?
So Renekton's having to match Camille now because he physically can't give up any more objectives.
Back into position. Greed gonna match the push on bot side here. So it looks like T1 once more playing this nice and slow, playing around the push from Gumayushi and Keria, and making sure they can just keep dipping into the fog of war that's in these.
I don't think they're going to fully commit for the play here. Breathe, very tanky, but does look nice. Definitely solid accuracy from Guma thus far. The game has been clutch on the arrows.
Did you know it would have been
Control ward, giving them just a bit of info.
Okay, I'm assuming the way it's going to happen, T1's going to get Baron, and they're going to push top lane through the open inhibitor and win.
8.5 items now for Gala, a little bit less than the half.
I thought RNG can maybe outskill him and get a good catch with Nautilus, but, you know, Keria's doing a really, really good job at just zoning.
Always are going to have the option of just grabbing more Drakes and leveraging their map control to try to take more objectives, but...
Alright, so, we've seen Heimer now prioritize going Morellos, or at least an orb with Rylai's. What I'm starting to notice is that a lot of them just go Rylai's and they just forget about a Mythic because they're focusing on utility. I get that. But I know they have like, what, 3 or 4 Conquerors in the enemy team? Renekton's 1-3, Viego fair enough. And I guess there's a Bloodthirster on Aphelios and he does have Severum. I don't get the orb buy. Again, comment below and let me know if I'm being an absolute degenerate. I feel like the orb this late into the game, I feel, is a terrible buy. It's 30 minutes in and you're getting an orb now. Am I incorrect for saying that? He's getting... Dude, I would love to see the amount of Grievous or the amount of healing reduced at the end of this game for Heimer's orb. The good thing is, obviously, the reason Orb works well in Heimerdinger, just the same way Riley's works and the same way Leandri's works, is that the Grievous procs off of third auto attack, so I get that. That does make sense. But is it a valid buy over maybe a Zonya? Dude, I feel like if he prioritized a stopwatch going into like the next fight, he could turn the tides because, you know, he can alt turret, stopwatch, have his other 3 turrets down, and have a way more utility, I feel, than going for an orb. I feel like he can force a lot more, play it a little bit more dicey, and potentially force some kind of summoner on the enemy team with just having a stopwatch. We'll see.
At this point in the game, RNG, while they are falling behind,
Welcome to my TED Talk, guys.
holding the gold lead at about where it's been. For the past
Where it's
5
free, it's on YouTube, and it's about a computer game.
Still, RNG
Right.
trying to see if they can contest in towards River. It's just becoming like, even though it looks like RNG are fighting somewhat, it's still just small advantages for T1, right? Where you're
So RNG really can't push past half of the because of Heimer and because of just really efficient warding, and also the slippage from Zeus or Zeus is winning them the game. He's MVP right now.
consistently pushing in, you're getting a tower, you're starting to push RNG back, and it's about this like slow, methodical gain of ground through mid, through top, through the vision that you have in these jungle areas that is making it obnoxious for RNG to try and deal with, and they're just never going to be able to put up a fight. Like, you can just keep playing this as T1 and just choke out RNG as you look for dragons.
That's the thing. If T1 make a mistake here and RNG steal the Baron, it's a disaster because you now lose all your side lane push. Heimerdinger can't get mid push into Baron buff against Aphelios. All 3 lanes of RNG will start pushing back, and there's so much standing gold. Mid tier 1, bot tier 1.
That's good. So again, he put his turret here. The reason he has a turret there is to block any kind of even a Kali engage, Nautilus hook. This is really good because obviously the turret auto attack will proc Comet. Whenever Comet procs, it's going to give everybody a mass slow because Rylai's really good.
There's so much that RNG will get if they lose this Baron, so T1 are being very cautious around it, making sure they're finding the exact window to start it up, and if they can't find it, they'll just keep stacking dragons.
Yeah, look, it's accounting. It's not sexy, but it's by the numbers, right? This is the way that T1 should be trying to play this, and at the moment, as long as they can keep that control, they're going to be in a good spot. And you can see long-range poke from Keria, from Faker, like, it all works out well. They can just keep pushing RNG back, and without main
That was good.
kind of being their guaranteed engagement.
Akali physically
That
couldn't
deck
take
charge,
that control ward because of the turret.
but they're free to just keep walking up and
Oh,
just
they're
keep
forcing it.
pushing
They're
RNG
forcing it.
back.
They have no vision.
Looking for a TP out of breathe here, I think.
So again, if I'm Heimerdinger, everybody's in the Baron pit. Dude, you know they're coming. You see this turret auto attacking them already. You have vision here. Put a turret here. Put a turret here. Dude, put a turret like right here. You can do that. Just do it. Or I would put a turret here. Okay, at the explosive plant. Hit the explosive plant, and then get my turret to bounce back again.
We'll see if they finish it because Zeus can turn onto Way and ult him.
Way, go unstoppable, can go over the wall. Arrow coming in, they're going to try to lock him down immediately. The Camille says not getting into the pit now.
Okay, this is what happens, and they're going to end through top lane.
Strong. Gale forcing forward, wants to finish off Zeus. 1 kill. Then now the reset coming out. Way, all the strength, all the itemization of Zeus for now, but T1 get the Baron, they get everything they want.
Nice,
Great
nice.
execution.
All right,
The only way
T1's going to win
T1
this.
can stop Way getting in the pit is the Camille, so Zeus sacrificed himself.
Put a lot of pressure.
Timing.
Your only reliable wave clear.
This T1 just dipping in towards the shadows that is the jungle of RNG, using the pressure that they have on side lanes. And Zeus
So again, the way Keria is clearing out control wards is fantastic. So if you have a control ward and they have a control ward, you want to try and clear their control ward. Just like anything, you put your turret in front of you as a little barricade. So this is my turret. It's in front of me. I'm going to kill the control ward here because I'm safe. All right, I'm hitting your control ward. You throw a skill shot. Oh, it hit my turret. Your control ward's dead. See you, dude.
as well, TP available, pushing in this top end. So if RNG don't deal with Zeus would just take that top tower. And right now, Breathe has no TP, so you need to double commit Breathe and Xiaohu to actually deal with Zeus on the top side. Or honestly, he would just 1v1 either of the solo laners from RNG.
Oh, dude. Keria actually played that quite dicey there, the way he walked
Right
across
now,
Nautilus.
Breathe has no TP, so you need to double commit Breathe and Xiaohu to actually deal with
So
Zeus
watch the way
on
he
top
does
side,
this.
or honestly, he would just 1v1.
Dude, he has a turret here, right?
Either of the solo
And then he
laners.
walks here. I would be so afraid of some kind of spicy flash knot hook. Oh, that's dicey.
RNG.
That's very scary.
Mid tier 2 is the objective. Last kind of tower here for T1 to crack open to make sure they have full map control. Their tier 1 mid is still up, so the amount of control they'll have is incredible.
Oh!
The fight off, they caught Goma! It could be everything. He goes golden, but it won't stop the rest of the team.
All turret, fantastic play here. Fantastic play. The reason alt turret is the best alt to use here. Zoning mechanism. The turret auto attack is going to slow Viego, slow Phillies if he tries to collapse upon them, and even if they kind of disengage, it's going to start attacking these guys and probably beating them down as well. Keria is potentially dead. Nope, flashlight, nice. So you can see they're focused on the Camille TP, and it allows Keria to kind of kite Renekton and Akali. Jumped on. Stand by. If he had stopwatch, he would have survived. But okay, stopwatch was definitely still a play. In fact, he could have just sat on Orb, because I doubt he's going to complete Morello's before this game is over. If he does, the fight that he's going to have with Morello's is going to be so minuscule that I feel like the increased Grievous wins is going to be terrible. So it would have made more sense for him to go Grievous or an Orb, maybe in the stopwatch, because he would have survived there, especially if you're playing utility. But what do I know? Oh, dude! Like, the turret here, obviously Heimerdinger's turret stay alive just for a fraction of time after he dies. The turret auto attack is proccing on Akali, it's proccing Rylai's. It allows Camille to kind of engage upon him and kill Akali. If this turret wasn't already auto attacking Akali, he might have actually gotten to the blast plant, or the blast plant, and survived.
All of T1 retreats and Breathe will not find another kill.
That's big.
Zeus on the side. It was
That's big.
Zeus in the early game. Owner coming to back him up, and how could you have it any other way? Jungle and top of T1 again.
Do they end here? They end.
The fight and making it.
They end.
RNG that now gives T1 game 1.
15 seconds on Ming. Breathe and Xiaohu still 40 seconds away. It's Gala and Wei versus
a big wave.
T1. 4 versus 2 to hold on. I don't think they have enough. Gala doesn't have the ult.
Stepping in. Smoke screen clutch. Gala has no way to follow up. Trying to clear the way as quickly as they can. RNG holding on. T1's
gonna push in
fastest
3
game
mid.
before this, or slowest game before this, 29 minutes. RNG holding on for 5 more minutes than anyone else.
Oh.
They're not just happy with that. They want to look for more. T1 for now.
Maybe they don't end here.
One. But he will walk away empty hand.
Launched as he went over the wall.
He doesn't have the damage. Inhibitor is a bit of a silver lining for
They
RNG,
don't
but
end.
it's not
Okay.
destroyed Hollenbout. At
Okay,
this
okay.
stage, you should have T1 in full control. They get another.
So he's completed his Morello's. Again, against a team who is starting to stack MR. I don't get it.
Dragon. They're able to
I feel like I'm being a little bit salty, but it's not even that. I want answers, man. I want answers. I need to know. I need to know why people are building source boots. I need to know why they're going. Why this guy's building Morello's. I need to know why they're not using alt grenade. I need to know why they love using alt W.
No, we're not going to go with that one. That was just
Tell me why.
But it's hard, because at this point, if you dive in, your backline dies. If you stay back, their backline kills your front line. There's not really a lot of good options. Execution has to be flawless here.
They don't have flashes on those solo lanes, RNG, so it's really hard to get onto T1's backline with 4 range champs. Zeus wins out against both solo lanes, so they're looking for make a pick onto him. He'll dash away and join his team. RNG will lose this inhibitor.
Really nice. Really nice from Camille. Zeus. I don't know why. Is it not just Zeus? Zeus is MVP this game for me.
And then have buffed up super creeps on all 3 lanes. That ward will be swept out. T1 looking for an engage and they'll pick there. Ming has no
T1's actually played this immaculately, like early game, not so much, but jeez.
To hit the base so they can try and fall back. Make sure there's pressure on towards the Nexus turrets as they start to go away, but maybe not. I mean, top wave needs to try and crash at the same time here.
Here we go.
Blank. This is it, the last desperate attempt, but they catch Owner. They need the reset so desperately.
Oh.
Waiting for them to group up. Gala knows that this is the one that could decide the game. Breathe on the backside, now trying to lock him down.
It was in that moment. He knew. He fucked up.
Finger ticking. Can they get the reset for the Viego? Yes, one.
Oh, maybe not. Nah.
Still, T1 with the advantage in the fight. Gala on the backside, immediately the stun now.
Oh.
Gala, desperate to survive. He's getting ticked away. He's getting knocked down. The ulti will not be enough. Way trying to have his hero moment, but T1.
The Rylai's.
Today, T1.
Rylai's definitely was a huge factor in a lot of their fights with Heimerdinger. Yeah, like the Rylai's rush is legit. It is legit.
As they knock down RNG.
RNG were trying their best to hold on, but it got to the point where no matter what.
Another win for Heimerdinger, dude. Let's go.
Out damage you. First win over.
Heimerdinger world skin. It's happening. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was fantastic. Obviously, we kind of picked on a lot of different things that T1 was. The turret placement from Keria, it was fantastic. Build path, didn't get it. Don't get it. Rylai's is good at everything but that. I don't get it. I guess he's playing for pure utility. He doesn't want to play for damage. doesn't make any sense, but I feel like the stopwatch play would have made way more sense. He still could have got an orb and went for a stopwatch. Rin setup, fantastic. Rin's really, really good. And I feel like they could have won Balian a lot harder, a lot easier than they did. I just feel like if they lose in Nautilus, you're playing very, very safe. That level, or that triple kill on Viego in that roam was not good. But the biggest downfall of this game is Alt W. Why do they keep using Alt W? I don't get it. Alt Grenade is key. Alt Grenade is fantastic. You literally have a part of your kit which gives you relatively an AoE stun. At worst, an AoE slow. Don't get it. But yeah, comment below, guys. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you guys are new here. If you enjoy these breakdown videos, they're quite long. They're long-winded, but it means you can watch the games with me and pick my brain for 40 minutes to an hour. And hopefully maybe learn something. All right, I'm kind of learning things from watching these games. And hopefully you guys are learning something too. So take it easy. Peace out. Good luck and Rift. Have a fantastic day. Bye.